Meet Rohan, he applied to Ivy League schools but could not get an admit, so he went on to attend a public state university in US. And meet Amit, who applied along with him, but he did get into an Ivy League school, so he went to an Ivy League. Now guess what, that at age of 33, how much is the income difference between Rohan and Amit? And there's this interesting study by a group of Harvard based economists, this is a group called Opportunity Insight. So they conducted a study at 9 public state universities in US, and what they found out was that the income difference between an Ivy Leaguer versus a non-Ivy Leaguer was only 3 to 4% at the age of 33. Okay, so in this video I'm going to cover which are these 9 public state universities which are giving you almost the same income prospects as that of an Ivy League, and what does this overall study mean for us, like what is the worth of an Ivy League, and should we really worry about the ranks of the universities when we are applying to them. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. I know we have a set of new viewers who have joined us recently, and I just want to welcome you, all of you, to this channel and thank you for supporting us. It really means a lot to us. So coming back to this super interesting study which was conducted at 9 state universities, and they analyzed some students who graduated from these universities versus those who joined the Ivy League at the same time and then graduated from there. And so what happened to their how did their income compare after a decade or so, and in the end I will also share my 2 cents about this study and what it means for you. So let's watch, please watch till the end if that interests you. Okay, let's get started. So first let's look at what does it cost to attend an Ivy League. Okay, so Harvard, here the average tuition fee to attend Harvard College for the class of 24 was $54,000, okay, and acceptance rate is just 4.6%. And average tuition fee to attend Yale College for 2024 school year is around $64,000, so it's even more expensive, and acceptance rate here is 6.3%. So this is just to give you an idea of what does it take to get into an Ivy League and how much you have to spend, by the way. Now let's look at the 9 public state universities which was covered by this study, where they found that the income prospects almost paralleled that of an Ivy League, and this includes number 1 is Ohio State University, where tuition fee is $36,000 for internationals and acceptance rate 57%. Okay, then we have University of California, Berkeley, tuition fee around $48,000, acceptance rate 15%. University of California, Los Angeles, $44,000 tuition fee, acceptance rate 11%. So these are the selective ones still. Then of course we have University of Florida, which is $28,000 fee, relatively cheaper for internationals, and acceptance rate is also pretty decent, around 30%. Then we have University of Georgia, where the tuition fee for internationals is around $30,000 and acceptance rate is a handsome 40%. Then we have University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, which is almost as costly as Ivy League. You have to pay around $57,000 in the tuition fee, and acceptance rate is just 20%. Then we have University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill at number 7, where tuition fee is around $37,000 for internationals and acceptance rate is around 19%. Then University of Texas, Austin, tuition fee of $40,000 and acceptance rate of 29%. And lastly, we have the 9th public state university where they did this study was University of Virginia, where the tuition fee is again very high, $56,000 for internationals, and acceptance rate is only 21%. But according to this study, if you went on to attend any of these universities, obviously your admit chances would be much higher because their acceptance rate is varying from almost lowest we saw was 11% at UCLA to as high as 57% for Ohio State. So you have higher chances of getting into these universities. And then later on, you were earning only 3 to 4% less than what your Ivy League colleague was earning, right? So the conclusion from this are so according to this article, basically Harvard researchers did say that yes, attending an Ivy League is not all useless, right? However, it does include, it basically boosts the student's chance to reach the top 1% in income bracket. So top 1% in income for a US would be around an annual gross income of roughly $598,000 per annum. So if you want to earn that much, then your chances of reaching there is much higher. In fact, 59% higher if you went on to attend a Ivy League. So that is the advantage of Ivy League. And your chances of working for an elite employer are much higher if you attended a Ivy League university. But Ivy League did not significantly increase your odds of making more money on an average, right? So, but these universities' small and statistically insignificant impact on average income level suggests that it's ultimately the quality of the student and not the course alone that is determining the fate of these students. So that is more predictive of their future earnings. So perhaps getting into an Ivy League is not all that drama that it's perceived to be. And if some of my clients, I know they are fixated too much on ranking of the universities they are applying to, beyond a point, ranking is not going to matter as much. Okay, by the way, this is not the only study which has brought out this fact. There was another study in 1999 co-authored by Princeton economist Alan Kruger, and he had concluded that students who attended more selective colleges do not necessarily earn more than other students who were accepted and rejected by comparable schools but attended less selective colleges. In my words, how I see it is, time and time again, I've seen people go to a mediocre university and getting into Google kind of companies or creating their own startups, becoming a billionaire. And I've also seen people heading to prestigious places like Harvard Business Schools and landing at Deloitte. Nothing against Deloitte, but you can get into Deloitte from mediocre university as well, right? So, but it's not as selective. So was there a point of going to Harvard Business School to get into Deloitte? Maybe not. You could have done that from any other universities as well. So it's not as much about the school, okay? My point is, the university or college can only do so much for you. What matters more is what you are doing in that place. So always remember that what you do at college matters much more than the college or university that you are attending. So don't be paranoid about the rankings. Go to the best school, best university you can. Work really hard, because that is going to have a much higher bearing of success in your future. What do you think about this video, and does it change your view about Ivy Leagues or rankings of the university? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.